Today's video we're going to be talking about doing faucet maintenance. Faucets, pretty simple to maintain. There's only one really thing you really have to check, and that's this little aerator part on the bottom here. On this one you can see that the water is starting to kind of get distorted. The stream isn't uniform, and that's probably because on the bottom you got a lot of calcium deposits all clogging up those little holes. It just needs to be cleaned up, and there's an easy way to do it, and I'll show you how. In this case scenario, this thing isn't really hard to get off, and you can just reach down here and twist it off with your fingers. But in my case, this is kind of on here pretty tough, so I'm going to have to use a set of pliers to remove it. The problem is that these pliers have pretty aggressive teeth on them, and they can damage the finish on this chrome on the aerator, and I don't want to do that. So I'll be using the help of a little rag here to kind of give me some padding between the teeth and the aerator. I'll show you how I'm going to do that. Some people get a little confused about which way to turn this and when it's upside down, basically. So I'll give you a demonstration. If I were to grab this, I would turn it this way. So I'll be moving the wrench to the left in order to loosen it, and the opposite in order to tighten it. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clog up this hole. Most sinks have a stopper in here that's either activated by a little thing you move up and down back here, or one that you push with your finger. I've removed this one for cleaning, so I'm just going to go ahead and take a little shop rag, and I'm just going to stick it on down there. The reason I'm doing that is because when I start to remove these parts, if I were to lose grip on it or drop a piece, I don't want it going down in that hole. If I did, it would be stuck down inside this J-trap somewhere, and it would be a lot more of a job to do. So let me just go ahead and stick that in there and save myself a lot of time. All right, so with my rag kind of draped over my pliers right here, I'm going to go ahead and try to take this off. So I'll put it on there, and I'll give it a good squeeze, and I'll rotate it to the left, and I can feel it kind of grinding on it. Not the teeth grinding on it, but just the threads, because they've got something in them. I think I might be able to get the rest with my hand. All right, there you go. All right, so off it comes, and should be three things you'll have in your hand. You're going to want to have the outside collar, the part that we just gripped. And then inside will also be a washer. Sometimes the washer gets stuck up inside here. You'll have to just take your fingernail and peel it out. And then you have the little aerator cartridge, which you can push out with your finger. You can see this one's pretty bad. It's got, this is like a little filter membrane on the back, and it's all clogged up with stuff. So probably gonna end up replacing this. And the outside is starting to have some of its little holes filled, and you can see the mineral deposits getting stuck on the edges here. It shouldn't look like that. Now, if yours doesn't have a bunch of junk in the back like mine does, you can reuse this, but you'll want to clean that mineral deposit off, and the best way to do that is just with some household white vinegar. You can soak it in there overnight, or just even for a few hours, and then brush it off with something like a little brass brush, and clean it all off, and I'll show you how to do all that. So I've got a little container of vinegar that I carry around for just this purpose. It's been used a few times, so it's not completely clear. And you can just drop all your parts in there. It won't hurt the rubber or the chrome or that little aerator, and then just let it soak. When it comes out, you'll want to go ahead and just use a little brush. This one's been worn down. Yours should look a lot better than mine, though. A little steel brush like this, just to use to clean off those mineral deposits. So we'll just let that soak for a while. All right, I've had it in there for a few hours, so let's go ahead and fish all this stuff out. The little housing for the aerator is all nice and clean now. All that calcium's off of it. And let's see what else we got in here. This is the aerator itself, the one that's all clogged up. Most of the calcium has come off the edge. There's a little bit around here that I could use this wire brush just to scrape off, but I'm going to go ahead, because of all the debris that's in the back of it, I've gone ahead and just going to replace it with a different aerator. I'm not going to worry about cleaning that right now. And then let me find the washer. There it is. All right, so now we've got everything we need. So to reassemble this, you just want to go ahead and put your threaded side up. You see those little threads at the top? Put those up. And then the next thing you want to do is go ahead and drop in your aerator. And then you put your washer on top of that. And I got a little piece of crud on there, let me get it off. And then we'll just screw that back onto the faucet. When putting this on, again, make sure that you've blocked off your drain with something to keep anything from falling out. And then you're just going to be screwing it onto this part underneath. So you're going to turn it the opposite way that you used to take it off. And I'm doing this left-handed, which isn't my best hand, but there we go. Just get it started. And then hand tight is okay. You don't have to go crazy with this thing. I'm just going to use my little rag here to grip it because my hands are still wet. But hand tight's real good. And then you should be able to turn it on, and now you have a much more uniform and aerated flow of water coming out. Thanks for watching the video. I appreciate you taking the time to do it. Please like and subscribe. Maybe it'll help me get to Belize a little faster. Appreciate you. Bye-bye.